A very good afternoon to all. Thank you for being here today. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. Today's topic of discussion is based on how we start this new financial year in TallyPrime for a seamless accounting experience. We have with us our Tally evangelist, CA Pankaj Deshpande, who will guide us through mistakes we can avoid early for better experience all year long. I'm sure we all know Pankaj sir, as he's a prime speaker at this forum and many others. He's a practicing chartered accountant specialized in area of accounting systems. He has conducted tally and accounts training for chartered accountants, CA students, service tax commissioners, income tax commissioners, and business owners at major cities. Training is not only his passion, but also his profession, and he has conducted more than 3,000 hours of training since last 12 years. We're glad that Pankaj sir has finally taken out time from his very busy schedule and agreed to do a session for us today. Welcome, Pankaj sir. Thank you for being here today. And before I hand over to you, just a note to the audience, like we had the quiz last year, sorry, not last year, last session. So once we're done with the session of Pankaj sir, we'll make it live through poll. So last time what had happened is people could answer only 1 and 2 questions. So I request you to scroll down so that you can answer all 5 of them. Very simple. I'm sure once you listen to Pankaj sir, these questions will be like a second for you. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Komal ji, for inviting me to this program. I am always happy to be associated with Tally because Tally is not a favorite product for me. It is a love for me. And I hope that this is the case with most of the chartered accountants. They do not use Tally, they love Tally. That's why they use Tally. So friends, without wasting even a single minute of time, we will be starting immediately with the topic. So today we are going to discuss about 5 different types of mistakes which we may commit during the start of financial year in Tally software. As all of us know that we have already started using Tally software in new accounting year, that is 23-24, and we have started recording the transactions also. I hope my audio and video is okay. If it is not okay, just let me know in the chat box. If it is not okay, then let me know. If it is okay, then don't say anything in the chat box. Otherwise, chat box will be flooded. So 5 types of mistakes which we can avoid. And if we do not take care of these points, we may commit a mistake in accounting. Accounting doesn't mean debit and credit. Please remember, there is a lot more to accounting as far as accounting software is concerned, because accounting software includes so many other things which are beyond debit and credit. So let us start. Before we start, let me tell one more thing to all of you, which I always tell to my participants. When we use any type of software, may it be Tally, may it be Excel, whatever it may be, there are 3 dimensions to it. What are these 3 dimensions? Dimension number 1, knowing the software. All of you are Tally users, so you might be knowing Tally software, and some of you might be very new to Tally software. It is quite possible. The first step is knowing. Second step is using. Just knowing is not sufficient. We must start using the software as it should be. So second step is using, and third step is monetizing. Please remember. Now, what do I mean by monetizing? Monetizing means we can earn money out of using the software and knowing the software. Most of you are chartered accountants, my fellow members, my brothers and sisters. So let me tell you that Tally can be a source of income for you. Most of you might not have thought about it in this way, but I am using Tally as my source of income. I am providing this type of consultancy, which you also can provide to your clients, and you can definitely monetize this knowledge. Now, there is a question from my side to all of you. Do we commit mistakes in Tally? What do you think? Yes or no? Do we commit mistakes in Tally? Now you can type in the chat box. Yes, yes. Anil Kumar, Kali Prasad, Manchunath, Bhumi, Hani, Bharat. Sometimes, okay. Okay. So some of you are very open and clear about your views. Some of you may say no that we do not commit mistakes. Some of you may say yes, we commit a mistake, and some of you may say that I don't know whether I'm committing a mistake. That is also a knowledge. Please remember, if you know that you are committing a mistake, that is a very big knowledge. And sometimes, or many of times, we do not know that we are committing the mistake. We feel that it is the right way of doing things particularly, and we do not know the right way. So today we are going to discuss what is right, what is wrong, both the ways. What is the cost of mistake in Tally? If we commit a mistake, I'm not talking about debit credit mistake, which can be corrected very easily by changing the voucher, by correcting the voucher. Some mistakes are due to Tally system and operating system. Okay, doesn't matter. What is the cost of mistakes in Tally? All of you know the cost of mistake is huge. Please remember, if we commit a mistake at the time of starting the financial itself, it may cost us a very big amount. So let us discuss one by one all the 5 mistakes. I am going to show it to you in Tally itself, Tally software. We will start Tally software also. So mistake number 1. What is mistake number 1? Mistake number 1 is books beginning from. This is a major mistake which I have seen people committing this mistake, and they are just crying after committing the mistake, because nothing can happen after committing this mistake. Configuration of ledger is extremely important. So let me show you what is this mistake and how people commit this mistake. Let me share my complete screen with you so that I will be able to toggle between Tally and PowerPoint. Now, I hope my Tally screen is visible to you. If it is not visible, then let me know in the chat box. If it is visible, don't say anything. So this is Tally screen. Many a times this mistake is committed by new accountants. Chartered accountants will not commit this mistake, I know, but every time we chartered accountants do not operate Tally. Many a times our staff operates it, maybe an accounting employee, maybe an audit employee, maybe an article clerk. The person who is operating must know this. Whenever I explain Tally, whenever I talk about Tally on any forum, I do tell this point. I am going to this menu company. Let us assume that I want to start my accounting for the new year. 31st March 23 is over and I want to start accounting for new year. The best way and the simple way, most simple way, is to press Alt F2 on the keyboard and change the period here. 1st April 23 to 31st March 24. All of you might be knowing this, but still it is my job to tell you, because what type of people, what type of mistakes people commit, let me tell you. They do not do this activity. They do not press Alt F2 and change the period. What do they do? They go to this company menu, and inside company menu, they go to alter, and inside alter, they change the date here. Books beginning from. They make it 1st April 23 instead of 22, or it might be 1st April 19, because the company is going since 2019, 2016, 17, whatever it may be. So what do? They change the date here, books beginning from. This is the suicidal activity. So if you change this date, what will happen? Data entered before this date will be lost. Continue. This message is displayed by Tally. Tally displays this message, but users have an habit of pressing enter. They keep on pressing enter without even bothering to read the message. So what happens? Data entered before this date is completely lost. If your company is having data from 1st April 19, you will lose the data from 1st April 19 till 31st March 23, and you will be recording the data after this particular date. So ask your staff not to do this. Point number 1. Point number 2, this menu, this company alteration menu is available in admin ID only. So please lock the admin ID. Please have it with you. Please remember, your users should not be using admin ID. Point number 1. Many times I have seen that in chartered accountant offices, people or chartered accountants do not even bother to have security control, basic security control in Tally. They just go and create company and then start doing the accounting in Tally without any user ID or password. Or in some cases, they have just one single user ID and password for all the staff. Every staff operates from that particular menu. And if you operate in this way, any user, a new person in your office, who is a very enthusiastic person about Tally because he has learned Tally from some class and he has come to your office, he has joined your office and he start experimenting with your live data. He goes to this company menu and he can completely wash out your data. It is quite possible. So this is one of the mistake, big major mistake. There is a suggestion from Bharat Baraiji. Such mistake should be in big screen and in red font. This is a suggestion to Tally, that if somebody is doing this type of activity, the error message should be in very big letters and in red, so that it appears to be a dangerous message. Yes, very good suggestion, Bharatji. So this is mistake number 1, which can be committed by you inadvertently or your staff inadvertently. Quite possible. So mistake number 1 is over. Let us go to mistake number 2. What is this mistake number 2? Voucher setup. We record our transactions in Tally in voucher type only. Voucher type is a form which is used for recording of transactions. There are different types of voucher types in Tally. How many voucher types in Tally are there in a default Tally company? Can anybody tell me how many voucher types are there? Type in the chat box. You can check your Tally screen. Copy. You can copy and let me know. Copy कर सकते हैं आप. Yes, पता है तो ठीक है. Manoj says 24. Praveen says 8. 8 voucher type. Mayuresh Maule 10. $34. Sanjay, Anil 12. Let us check how many voucher types are there in a Tally company by default. How you can check? I am going to this menu, display more reports, then statement of accounts, and then statistics. How many voucher types are there? This is the answer. Voucher types, total number of voucher types in Tally company are 24. When you create any new Tally company, there are by default 24 voucher types. You can create more number of voucher types for you, or you can use default voucher types only. Recently, I came across with a client who was using Tally software, and when I checked the number of voucher types in his Tally company, I was surprised to see that there were 168 voucher types. 168. I asked that client, why you are having these number of voucher types? 168 voucher types is a too big number. Then I checked the detail why he was having such a big number. What he did, he created different voucher types for different clients. Means credit note party 1, credit note party 2, credit note party 3, credit note party 4. He was having 10 suppliers. For 10 suppliers, he created 10 different voucher types for credit note for 10 suppliers. Similarly for purchase, similarly for payment. So 10 suppliers into 3, 30 voucher types are used. So I asked that client, can we have one single voucher type for this purpose? That credit note voucher type is by default available in Tally. Why can't we use one single voucher type? Why you need 10 different voucher types for 10 suppliers? He said that I want to maintain a separate series of voucher types, separate numbering series for each particular supplier. I asked him, what is the purpose? What if we do not have this separate series? Is it going to commit, or is it going to create any problem in future for you? What type of report you require for this purpose? Why you are doing this? The client was hesitant to answer because he was not having proper answer, and ultimately he agreed to reduce it down to one only. So from 168, we came back to 30 voucher types. Basically, there are 24 voucher types, but 6 more voucher types were needed. So we made it to 30 voucher types. Now, what is the problem with having such type of different voucher types? Advantages are there, but there are disadvantages also. When you require different types of voucher types, and when you do not require, let me explain this point very specifically to you. When we start our financial year, these points are very important, and these points to be taken care of immediately before the start of the financial year or immediately after the start of the financial year. Now, when you require different types of vouchers, let me tell very clearly, if you have different branches, then it is advisable to have different voucher types. For example, you are having offices in 4 different locations. One is in Bangalore, second is in Chennai, third Hyderabad, and fourth Mumbai. So you can have different voucher types for payment, like payment Hyderabad, payment Chennai, payment Bangalore, payment Mumbai. Similarly for receipt also, because there may be a separate staff who is operating at these respective branches, and you wish to control access to these voucher entries. So there is a very simple way in Tally to control the access of these voucher types through security control. If you are having one single voucher type, then it is not possible to control data entry, because it is quite possible that payment entry of Mumbai is recorded by the staff sitting in Mumbai only. The payment entry of Hyderabad branch is recorded by the staff sitting in Hyderabad only. Then what you need to do, you need to separate voucher types. When you separate the voucher type, it is very easy to control the access. The person who is sitting in Hyderabad will be able to record a voucher type, payment voucher type, only for his department, his branch only. He may not go, or rather he should not go to the Mumbai payment voucher, and he should not record any payment entry in Mumbai voucher. If you want to see the branch profitability, if you want to see the branch balance sheet, then also it is necessary to separate these voucher types. So first point, when you should have separate voucher types, when you have different branches, then it is must to have separate voucher type for each branch. So 4 branches, and if you are using all the voucher types like these 24, then 24 multiplied by 4, there will be 96 different voucher types. Sir, kindly also introduced audit trail in Tally as per MCA notification. Now we can enable it. Okay, this is not our topic. That this topic was discussed in previous session, but still to some extent within very few minutes I will explain it. Please be patient. At the end I will explain it. No problem. Please hold your question. So have you got this point, when to have separate voucher types, and when you rather we will discuss it later, when should not have. Sir, is it possible to maintain multiple branches account under a single company? Yes, it is possible, 100% possible. You can do it. Rather, you should do it, because if entity only is only one, if company is one, if you are filing income tax return collectively of all the branches, if PAN is same, then you should have the same data. You should not create a separate company. If you create a separate company, it is going to create multiple problems for you later on, because consolidation becomes a difficult task. Even if there is a feature in Tally called as group company, still it becomes a difficult task. So if there are different branches, you should use different voucher types. It is quite possible that many a times you may not need to use all the 24 voucher types, because many a times, for example, rejections in, rejections out. You look at the left hand side of my screen, Tally screen, rejections in, rejection out, reversing journal. These voucher types may not be used, or rather very rarely used. So you need not create it. So there will not be 96 vouchers for 24 branches. There will be less than that. How to enable consolidation facility? Okay, please hold your question. Please put this question in the question and answer, because I will be answering all your questions at the end. Don't worry. GST requires separate books of accounts for each location. Okay, we will discuss this point. So now there is another point when you should not have different voucher types. First of all, my basic question to all of you, should we use minimum possible voucher types or should we use maximum possible voucher types? Minimum or maximum? Just let me know in the chat box. Minimum, maximum. There is a mix of answers. Minimum, maximum, yes. But majority of you are saying minimum. 96. The basic logic here is that we should have minimum number of voucher types. Why? Because as the number of voucher type increases, it becomes difficult to handle. So handling should be easy. For that purpose, we should have minimum number of voucher types. But if we require multiple voucher types for same purpose, just like payment Hyderabad, payment Mumbai, payment Delhi, then we require that voucher type. This is for convenience in case of reporting. We want reporting, then we must have that number of voucher types. Now, let me tell you when we should not use different voucher types. When we should not use. Many times I have seen that people using different voucher types for different bank accounts. Payment ICICI Bank, payment SBI, payment Punjab National Bank. If you are having 3 different types of bank accounts, should you use 3 different voucher types? My answer is no, you should not use different voucher types. Now, one more thing. If you are having 2 sales counter, should you use 2 different sales voucher type? The answer is yes as well as no. It depends on your convenience. If there are 2 different sales counter where at one counter only cash is accepted and on another counter credit billing is accepted, only credit billing is done. In that case, it is advisable to have 2 different voucher types. One sales cash, other sales credit. Because why we should have this type of voucher types? Because controlling cash is more important than having minimum number of voucher types. Minimum number of voucher types is important for us. We should not create dust in our tally, but at the same time we must control the data. So controlling cash is extremely important. In that case, we should have a separate voucher type for cash sales. If sale is domestic or foreign, you need not create separate voucher type. You must have one voucher type only, because in case of domestic sale or foreign sale, the sale will be on credit mostly. Even if it is against some LC or so, it is considered as a credit sales only. You can have only one voucher type in that case. So this is the point when we should have separate voucher types and when we should not have separate voucher types. Now let us go to voucher type alteration or modification menu. I am going to this sales voucher and I am pressing Control Enter here. Control Enter is the shortcut key to alter any type of master data. It is my habit to explain each and everything and assume that my participants do not know anything. It is my assumption. I know all of you or most of you are chartered accountants, but still let me please explain and please excuse me if I consider you as a student. So this is sales voucher type. In case of sales voucher type, the most important thing is this method of voucher numbering. What should be the method of voucher numbering? In case of default tally, it is automatic voucher numbering. In case of default tally, it is automatic numbering, and it is our habit. I have seen that you must have also seen that if we do not change what is the default. If it is default, we assume that it is okay for us and we continue with it. So what should be the method of voucher numbering for sales voucher? There are 5 methods here. I'm showing all the 5 methods to all of you. Method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the chat box. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Fifth is none. That is, no voucher number will be there in case of sales voucher, which is not possible. We know it. So option number 5 is absolutely out of question. Let us discuss about 1, 2, 3 or 4. Harun, Anil Kumar, Naveen, Bansal, Manjunath, one, no, two, one. In one voucher, two types of sales party cash. Four, one. Vinit Mehta says 3, Deepak says 4, Kali Prasad 1, Murli Mohan 3, विनीत मेहता 2. मेहता जी आपने आंसर चेंज कर दिया, 3 से 2 पे हो गए. भरत सोनटक के 2. ओके 1 मिस टाइप. ओके नो प्रॉब्लम. डजंट मैटर. हाँ, संजय चांगीड 1, गोपाल कनौजिया, गोपाल खिलोलिया, ओके सॉरी, सहदेवा 2, सोनाली पवार 2, ओके, दिनेश कुमार 2. चलो, now let me explain the meaning of all these voucher types and what is the best voucher type for you. As per GST law, it is compulsory that we should use the same numbering series throughout the year, and we should not restart it during the year. It is written in GST law, voucher numbering for sales invoice. What are the contents of sales invoice? So it is specifically given that the numbering should be unique. Point number 1, numbering should be unique, and same number of series, same style of series should be used throughout the year. If we set it to automatic, what happens? If we set it to automatic, there are some advantages as well as disadvantages. In case of automatic, some of you were saying 1, 2, 3, and 4 multi-user auto. Okay. Let me explain. Automatic, in case you set this automatic voucher numbering method, Tally will assign the numbering automatically, and the best part of this numbering system is that user cannot modify the number. User cannot modify the number because cursor doesn't stop on this voucher number field. If I set it to automatic, let me set it to automatic. It was automatic by default. Now let me go to this voucher screen and let me go to this F8 sales party name. Let it be cash. Control A, sales ledger. Let me create a sales ledger under sales account. And name of item, let us say mobile handset. Ultra C number. I am doing it very fast because I am assuming that you know this. I am not explaining this to all of you. Currently, we are ignoring GST. Let us say 10. Rate is 10,000. 1 lakh rupees sales. Enter and accept. I have accepted this. As soon as I accept, please remember the number becomes 2 here. Now, once again, I can record a transaction. Very quickly, we will record the transaction. Here, sales transaction. Once again, mobile handset. Quantity 1. Let it be Control A. Now, the number becomes 3. I cannot go to this voucher number field. Please remember. This is the best feature, best part of this. Again, what is the disadvantage with this voucher numbering? The biggest disadvantage with this voucher numbering is that if you go to DSS, go to sales voucher, and here if I insert a voucher here, Alt I, then the 2 number becomes 3 number. The numbering after that particular voucher automatically changes. And this is a very big problem in GST. It is a big problem otherwise also, but in case of GST, it is a very big problem. You are filing your GSTR1 for the month of April. You have created 100 vouchers, 100 sales voucher. And in the month of May, after filing of GST return for the month of April, in the month of May, on 25th of May, let us assume that somebody records a voucher on a back date, means in the month of April. All the transactions recorded after that transaction, let us assume that somebody is recording a transaction, sales transaction on 10th of April. So after that date, all the transactions will be renumbered by Tally. You have filed your GSTR1, and now the numbering in your record and numbering in GST record are changed. and secondly, the bill printed or emailed to your client in PDF format has got a different number. This is going to create a very big confusion. So this is a very serious issue. Numbering may change in 3 cases: when somebody is inserting a voucher in between, when somebody is deleting a voucher, and when somebody is changing the date of any particular voucher. That voucher was recorded on 10th of April. The client requested you to shift in the month of May. You are shifting it on client request in the month of May. All the vouchers after that particular date will get renumbered. So if you want to use automatic numbering system, you must lock all type of editing, backdated voucher creation, alteration, deletion, everything must be locked. If you are able to lock it, then only it is suggested to use automatic numbering. If you are not able to lock, then do not use this automatic numbering system. It is a very dangerous system. If you do not lock it, it may create a lot of confusion. Now let us go to second method, automatic manual override. What is this automatic manual override? If I set it to automatic manual override, what happens? Let us check. I am setting it to automatic override. Changing the method of voucher numbering will affect the voucher numbers of existing transactions. Do you want to continue? There are 2 transactions, I know. Let us continue. And there is one more option here. What is that option? Prevent duplicate. My cursor is not going to this particular option, prevent duplicate. Why? Because I have already recorded the transactions. Once you record the transaction, your cursor will not stop there. And this is extremely important for us from auditing point of view also. Now what I need to do, I need to delete those 2 transactions recorded by me, and then only my cursor will stop here. Deliberately, I wanted to show it to you. That's why I recorded the transaction. Now what I'm doing, I'm deleting these transactions. And after deleting the transaction, let us check whether my cursor stops at this point. I am making it automatic manual override. Before that, let us check manual. Now my cursor is stopping. Let us check this. My cursor is stopping. Let us check manual first. What is manual? This must be set to yes. Please remember, prevent duplicates. Yes, you must prevent it because Tally will prevent duplicate voucher numbering. This is necessary. Now, what is a manual voucher numbering system? When you set it to manual, I am pressing Control A, and let us try to record a transaction here. Vouchers. Now check, my cursor is stopping at this field. I can type anything here. There is one advantage as well as one disadvantage with this method. What is the advantage? Advantage is that once you record a transaction, the number of that voucher will not change in any case. Even you alter voucher, delete voucher, add voucher, change voucher date, whatever happens to other vouchers, it is not going to change the numbering of this particular voucher. This particular voucher number will be same as it is unless and until you are changing it manually. So automatically it does not change. In no case it will change. This is a very big advantage. Now what is the disadvantage? Can anybody tell me? You can type in the chat box. What is the big disadvantage of this numbering system? I have told you the advantage. The numbering will remain intact. It is not going to change in any case. Series of voucher. Yes, anything can be written. The mistake which I am committing here in front of you deliberately, anything can be written. You are typing your number as you are using some prefix or suffix with your voucher numbering. Anybody can type anything here, and sometimes your accountant may miss the number also. Currently, the last voucher recorded by you, sales voucher, was 349. Now, at the time of recording, the next voucher, your accounting should record it as 350, but he may record it as 351, 352, 452, 652, whatever it may be. He can commit any type of mistake in voucher numbering because he has authority to type, he has access to type the voucher number. It is difficult to verify if someone starts new series. Yes, duplicate voucher. Someone starts new series, it is very difficult. Please remember. So there is a problem in this. One advantage, one disadvantage. Now let us check another method. Let us go to the sales, control enter. I am using this automatic and manual override. Automatic in bracket manual override. Yes. Use advanced configuration. I can use advanced configuration here. Means I can set the standard suffix or standard prefix. Currently, let us not do it. Now let us go to vouchers. And inside voucher, let us see what happens. In this case, the user is allowed to type anything here in this field, but by default, Tally will prompt a number. Normally, a user press enter here. Normally, user should press enter here. I am pressing Control A, and I am typing sales, mobile handset. Let us say 10. Let us say 10,000. Control A, accepted. Now check. Automatically, the number is given provided by Tally as 2. I am recording the second voucher also. Control A, then sales, again mobile handset, then say 2, enter, Control A. Now automatically the number is 3. Let us press Control A. Once again I am creating one more voucher. Mobile handset, let us say 3, enter. Automatically the number becomes 4. If you are setting a system of voucher numbering with prefix and suffix, the same prefix or suffix will be applied here. It will be displayed here. The advantage of this system is that the voucher number will be generated automatically. In case of manual voucher, the number is not generated automatically. It has to be typed by user. Every time he has to check what was the previous voucher number, he has to add 1 to that voucher number and he has to type, he or she. But in this case, this activity is done by Tally and Tally prompts you the number. Your job is to just press enter and go ahead. So the numbering is automatically generated by Tally, but it is a manual number. Means if you change, modify, add, delete, anything due to other sales voucher, this number will not get changed. It will remain as it is. So this is the system. Now let me explain the fourth system to you, DSS. Fourth system is multi-user auto. Multi-user auto and automatic are similar. Automatic manual and manual. These two systems means 2 and 3 are similar. 1 and 4 are similar. If you are using multi-user software and if you want automatic voucher numbering only, then you should use this multi-user auto. Multi-user auto is useful when two accountants, two users are operating on same voucher type. Let us assume that two persons are recording sales bill at the same time. The number generated will be same. Please remember, the number generated by both the users will be same before they save the voucher. Once they save the voucher, the number will be updated automatically. So in that case, the voucher number will be handled very conveniently. Voucher numbering will be handled very conveniently if you use multi-user auto system. What is one enters voucher in between? Will that change the numbering of existing transactions under automatic manual? No, not at all. Nilesh, that will not going to change if you are using automatic manual system. Automatic manual means the number remains manual, but it is generated automatically. Automatic is only for generation of number. Once it is generated, it remains manual only. Unless and it is changed manually specifically by the user, it is going to remain as it is, and changes in other vouchers is not going to affect this voucher number. None is of no use to all of us because we are chartered accountants. There has to be a voucher number. So let us not discuss this. It means that there will be no number to any voucher. So this was mistake number 2. Let us go to mistake number 3. Stock items. The mistakes that we can commit, that we may commit in stock items is that, let us go to Tally and let me explain. I am creating a stock item, and at the time of creation of stock item, the unit of measure must be decided very carefully. What should be the unit of measure for milk if we are into the dairy business? What should be the unit of measure? Type in the chat box. Liter, okay. Packet, okay. Liter. Kali Prasad, Surendra Patil, then Manjunath, Avinash, Nitesh. Other, what do you mean by other? Nitesh ji. Bharat Sontake liter. Bharat Barai. The product is say milliliter. Somebody is saying, Arun Bedekar saying milliliter. Can we change this subsequently? Avinash, Ravani, Manoj Patel liter. Avinash ji, this is very important question. That's why I have taken this point in today's discussion. What should be the unit of measure for a particular stock item? This is something very critical because we cannot change it later on. Once you use a unit of measure for a particular stock item, and if that particular stock item is used in voucher entry, you cannot change it later unless and until you delete all the transactions where that particular stock item was used. It is very dangerous. Now let us assume that if we are dealing into gold, I am coming to your answer because you have answered is liter, packet, milliliter, so many answers were there. Milk. Let us assume that we are dealing into gold. What should be the unit of measure? Venkatesh, gram. Nitesh Chawda, gram. Manjunath, gram. Bharti, gram. Karishma, gram. Manoj Patel, gram. Everybody is saying gram. Okay. Sir, automatic manual override can be done for the books which are not split yearly. Varsha Malu. Okay. Please put your question in the question and answer question box. I will answer this later on. Sir, instead of deleting, could we make it optional? No, not at all. Even if you make it optional, it remains there. You cannot delete or change the voucher type. You cannot change or delete the unit of measure unless and until everything is deleted regarding that particular stock item. Gram, 3 decimal, milligram, okay. Yeah, the important point here is that before we set any unit of measure, Komalji, I would like to know by what time I should end the session.
Sir, 4:30 is the decided time.
Okay, okay, no problem. So I will keep some time for question and answer also. Milligram and gram both. Now I am asking you a simple question. All of you are saying that the unit of measure for gold should be gram. What if we are selling gold biscuits? If we are selling only gold biscuit, should it be in terms of gram or should it be in terms of number? Then probably it should be number. Sunil Rajpal ji, carat is a measure of quality, not quantity. And we are discussing about quantity. We are not concerned about quality of gold. So carat is absolutely not an answer. If you now, when you say that gram should be the unit of measure, you are forgetting the level of operation for that particular business. If you are doing accounting or auditing of a person who is dealing in terms of gold in wholesale, the unit of measure may be kg, because the person may say that I do not entertain any customer who says that I want 10 gram, 20 gram, because I deal in kg only. So in that case, gram is not relevant. If you ask me what should be the unit of measure for milk, there will be a counter question from my side to all of you. How do you buy and how do you sell milk? How do we buy milk? Milk is bought in terms of liters. And when milk is sold, it is sold in terms of packets. So there will be two different stock items. There will be two different units of measure, one for raw milk, other for processed milk. The packets will be created as a stock item and we will be using the number as unit of measure for packets. Sometimes it may be crates also, because one crate contains 24 packets of 50 ml, 50 milliliter, that is half a liter of milk. So there may be different units of measure for same stock item also. This is quite possible. Ashish ji, I am coming to fourth and fifth mistake. Don't worry. We have time. That's why I asked Komal ma'am how much time I have. We will be coming all the mistakes. We will be discussing all the mistakes. If you want to use additional mistake, Bharti ji, Bharti madam, Bharti Sontakke, if you want to use additional stock items, still that point you need to consider before you start your accounting. Because once you start using that particular stock item, you cannot add one more unit of measure. You can have two separate units of measure for same stock item. For example, for milk, you can have liters as well as numbers. For gold also, you can have gram as well as number. For a gold biscuit, it can be measured in terms of number as well as gram. Simple and compound, yes. It means quantity should be separate for wholesaler or retailer in case of gold. Does Tally possess this facility? I could not understand your question. It means quantity should be separate. Quantity means stock item. You mean to say stock item. If you want to have separate stock items, yes, definitely no problem at all. You can use two different units of measure by creating two stock items. So one more very important point. What should be the unit of measure if you are selling gold in numbers as well as grams? Let us assume that we are selling gold biscuits. We sell it in number, we sell it in gram also. So what should be the unit of measure? Point number one, we want to use both the units of measure, but there is a concept of primary unit of measure. Can we use compound units and select alternate units? Yes, okay, no problem, 100%. Gram, two separate, okay, chali. Let me discuss this point because it is a very finer point. Let us say gold biscuit. Gold biscuit, there may be different gold biscuits. So let us say that gold biscuits small. Gold biscuits may have same size but may have slightly different weight. It is quite possible. When we sell the gold biscuit, we will measure it and then we will sell it according to gram. Now there is a very finer point and there is one mistake which is generally committed by people. What should be the primary unit of measure? Now let me set the unit of measure here. Primary unit of measure should be that unit which is multiplied by rate. So when you sell a gold biscuit, do you multiply rate with number or do you multiply rate with gram? We normally multiply it with gram, please remember. So we should have primary unit as gram only. There may be two different units. There may be two different units for same stock item. In that case, we must use the primary unit as that unit which is normally multiplied with rate. So if you commit this type of mistake, later on, you may have to rework and you may have to spend a lot of time as well as energy in correction. So I do not want you to indulge in this useless activity. Hence, I am discussing this point with you. Whenever you are setting units of measure, please be very careful. Ask your clients what type of transactions you record, what type of transactions you enter into regarding this particular stock item. How do you sell? How do you buy? From where you buy, from where you sell, to where you sell. All these questions must be asked. The client is not going to answer you very easily. You need to get the answer from client tactfully by understanding all types of transactions. So this is something regarding unit of measure. One very small point about unit of measure. Let us assume that we have set, let us go to this, let us create one more unit of measure. I am going to this unit. Let us say MTR and METRE meter. What should be the number of decimal places here? What should be the number of decimal places for meter? Two. Sir, in case of petrol dealers where evaporated petrol items are there, could we enable such wastage as stock creation level? No, not at all, and you should not. Stock wastage, evaporation loss must be recorded specifically. There should not be any automation. If there is any automation, you are going to lose, because people will assume that this much amount will be lost, this much amount of petrol will be lost. And even if it is not lost, they will assume that it is lost and they will take the extra petrol with them. So you should not do it. How many number of decimals should be there? Ideally, it should be two numbers. But what if you make it one? Can you change it later on? If you make it one, you can definitely change it to two. If you make it two, you can definitely make it 3, 4, 5, anything else. Means decimal places, you can increase the number of decimal places, but you cannot decrease the number of places. Please remember, you cannot decrease. Because what type of advanced knowledge you need, just let me know. I am discussing here as per the topic. The topic given to me is different types of mistakes, 5 types of different mistakes which people commit. These are the basic mistakes which people commit. This is regarding basic knowledge only. And I am trying you not to commit these types of mistakes. If you know these mistakes, if you already have corrected these mistakes, you can help me out and help others. No problem at all. So these are the types of mistakes which may be committed regarding stock item creation. Now let us go to next mistake. Mistake number 4, masters and transactions. When we start accounting for a particular year, there will be certain masters, certain transactions. There will be certain masters, certain transactions. Now, I hope all of you know what is a master data and what is a transaction data. If you don't know it, I will explain it to you. Do you know what is master data? If the decimals are reduced, can't Tally automatically round off? No, not at all. Tally cannot round it off, and decimal reduction is not possible. If you try to reduce it, Tally will not allow you. Decimal places can be increased, cannot be decreased. Yes. Let me know, what do you know about masters and transactions? Yes, let us check. Sir, will you discuss go down type, like in case of stock sent for a job work and then in? What do you mean by decimal here? Can you please explain, as I am not getting properly? Master data doesn't change frequently. Okay, Harun, very good. Harun Basha, very good. Master data is that data which is not expected to change frequently. For example, ledger names are master data, stock item names are master data, then groups are master data, stock groups are master data. So there are variety of master data in Tally. Now, Gatha Nanda is asking, what do you mean by decimal here? I am not. So someone is saying that this is a basic knowledge, please provide advanced knowledge. Someone is saying that I am not understanding decimal places, which I assume that you understand. Okay, doesn't matter. Let me explain this point very quickly in just few seconds only. Decimal places means how do you want to record a particular unit, particular stock item. For example, if you are selling gold in grams, 20 grams to 34 milligrams. So whatever you are typing after dot, that is in terms of decimal, 20.234 grams. So 0.234 is number 3 decimal places. So decimal places are possible in case of some of the stock items. In case of meter, the cloth can be 1 meter and 25 centimeters. So 1.25 centimeter is the length of the cloth. It is the unit. It is the measurement. So 1.25 means 2 decimal places. So we were talking about master and transaction. What is a master data? Master data is that data which doesn't change frequently, and transaction data is that data which keeps on changing again and again. And yes, right. Vandana madam is also discussing with me. Welcome, Vandana madam. I did not see you earlier. An example, if you want to maintain stock of mutual fund, then you will require to put 4 decimal place as per the stock statement you receive from mutual fund company. Yes, absolutely right. So we were discussing about master and transaction. Transaction data is that data which keeps on changing again, where we record the transaction, that is sales transaction, purchase transaction, all these are transaction data. In Tally, there is a facility. I am pressing F11 on my screen, and after pressing F11, I am making it yes. Once again, I am making it yes. So all the options are enabled. There is one small option in Tally which is mostly ignored by people. What is that mostly ignored option? This is the option, mark modified vouchers. If you are not using edit log feature Tally, then this is really useful. In case there are any new vouchers recorded in Tally, in case there are any change voucher, alteration in voucher, these changes will be tracked. You must set it to yes. If you forget to set it to yes, you will not get a separate list of changed vouchers. When you are filing GST return from Tally itself, what happens? Once you file the GST return, there should not be any alteration or modification in the data. And if there is any alteration in the modification, it must be tracked, it must be changed. So how you can track or you can monitor the changes in your data? This is the way where you can use this particular system. Now, how you will get to know there are some changes? What you can do? You can go to display more reports, then go to exception reports. And in case of exception reports, there is a menu mark vouchers. Now there are no changes because after setting this option to yes, I have not recorded any new voucher. Once I record any new voucher, it will start appearing here. If I change any voucher, it will start appearing here. So this is a very small option given by Tally, which can be used for tracking the changes. There is one more system in Tally. What is that system? That is called as Tally Audit. Do you know about Tally Audit? Does anybody know about Tally Audit? Nobody knows about Tally Audit. Yes, someone is. Manoj Patel says yes. So out of around 250 participants, only one person knows about Tally Audit. 240. There are 240 participants. So out of 240, only one is known. Yes. Now, yes. Trail of entries, CA Ram. Yes. How can we add fixed entries into Tally? Those are occurring every month, like rent. No, not possible. You cannot do it automatically. You have to record it. Yes, yes, Vanda madam. Just wait. I'm answering. So you can enable this audit feature where you can track changes. I am pressing Alt key. I am going to this Alt menu. Here I can enable the edit log. And if I do not want to enable edit log, there is one more option for enabling security. You need to enable the security first. Once you enable the security, there will be different users, and then only you can use this Tally Audit feature. In case of tally audit feature, you will get a menu. You will get a menu to check whether there are any changes to master data and whether there are any changes to transaction data. This is something extra given by Tally than this mark modified vouchers menu. First, let me complete, then I will answer the questions. No problem at all. So masters and transactions can be tracked very easily in Tally. Now it is my personal suggestion to all of you. It is my personal suggestion. You may accept it, you may reject it, not at all possible. No, it doesn't matter. I suggest all of you to use edit log feature in Tally. Even if you are not a company, even if it is not compulsory, still you can use edit log feature. Why? Because it is really a beautifully designed feature by Tally, and you will be able to track each and every change in accounting. And by accepting this, what happens? Your staff knows that if I am making any mistake, it will be tracked. If I am making any type of fraud, it will be tracked. So all types of frauds will be prevented, all types of mistakes will be prevented and tracked, and your accounting will be absolutely clean accounting, clean and clear accounting. So there is absolutely no problem. So it is my sincere suggestion to all of you to use edit log feature. Now let us come to the last mistake that we may commit, and what is the solution? Mistake number 5, GST setup. I have seen people committing mistakes in GST setup since July 1st, July 2017. Tally with GST feature was launched on 26th of June 2017. That is 4 days before the launch of GST. GST was launched on 1st July 17, and the GST feature Tally with GST feature was launched on 26th of June. Tally people provided training to their partners on this particular date. The partners were tremendously pressurized at that time, and they were not able to cater the needs of their clients. So they did it in a hurry. And what they did at that time, it is being continued today also. What type of mistakes people commit in GST setup? Let me explain. People go to this create menu, they create ledger, like this: CGST input 9%. They place it rightly under duties and taxes. GST, it is central tax, and they put the percentage here, 9%. If you are creating a ledger like this: CGST 9%, SGST 9%, CGST 2.5%, SGST 2.5%, CGST 14%, SGST 14%, IGST 28%. So there may be different ledgers for different purposes. In case of GST, you may have it and it will work for you. I am not saying that it will not work for you, but it is creating something extra which is not at all needed. So if you are creating a ledger like this, what is the problem? Problem number 1, it is creation of extra data which is not needed. Point number 2, when your accountant is recording the voucher, on right hand side he will get list of ledgers. On right hand side he will get list of ledgers, and he will be confused which ledger to use, because GST he will get 15-16 different types of GST ledgers, input separate, output separate. So in that case he will be confused. It will take some extra time to think, and sometimes he may even commit a mistake in accounting. So as far as possible, the ledgers must be minimum possible. Now how we can have it minimum possible? There are 2 ways of doing this. How we can do it? First of all, you should never ever enter GST percentage here. Never ever enter GST percentage here. In case of GST ledger, you should not type anywhere the percentage, the rate for calculation. Now where to type the rate for calculation? If you are using inventory, if you are doing inventory accounting, then you must type the GST rate in stock item only, either in stock item or in stock group, that is in inventory only. if you are doing inventory accounting. If you are buying, selling, then you should set the GST rate in inventory only, either in stock item or in stock group. And if there is no inventory, for example, chartered accountants, if we are creating a sales voucher, then there is no inventory, we are providing consultancy. In that case, we should set the rate in income or expense ledger. We should set the rate in income or expense ledger. How many GST ledgers should we have? This is not the right way. There are two ways, two aspects, two approaches to it. For example, this is one approach: CGST, SGST, then let us say GST, state tax, no rate to be typed here, and IGST. We can use only three ledgers for complete GST accounting. Whatever may be the rate, it doesn't matter at all. You will be able to calculate GST rightly in case of all types of transactions, even if you are using only three ledgers: one CGST, SGST and IGST. Over, खत्म, कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं इसके अलावा. But in some cases, to reconcile your ITC, if you are using only one CGST ledger, only one SGST ledger and only one IGST ledger, you may find it little bit difficult to separate the ITC transactions, the transactions where ITC is there. ITC will always be there on debit side of this CGST ledger, because all types of purchases on inward supply transactions will be shown on debit side of CGST ledger. But at the same time, there may be some sales reversal also, sales return also. So in that case, the sales return transaction will also be shown on debit side. In that case, there may be some confusion. To identify the ITC related transactions separately. So what is my suggestion? You can have two ledgers, one for input and other for output. Input CGST, output CGST. In that case, there will be no confusion. Input SGST, output SGST, input IGST, output IGST. In this case, there will be absolute clarity with you, and you need not get confused in any way, and your accounting will be absolutely clean. Do you agree with this point? Because whenever I say this point, many people do not agree with me, and this is the case with chartered accountants only. Chartered accountants do not agree with this point. But I am doing this for all my clients, more than 400, 500 clients. I am doing this way for all the clients. Yes, agree. Kali Prasad, Anil Kumar, Gatha Nanda. Yes, agreed. Thank you very much. Agree, but afterwards, how to split data percentage wise? Why you need it, first of all? Why you need it? And in case you need it, you can do it from sales register columnar report. This is possible. But it is my suggestion that you will never need it percentage wise. You may have, yes, I agree, but what to do with RCM GST is separate ledger. RCM GST. For RCM GST, you need to have separate ledger because it is something totally different. It is not a part of sales or purchase. It is something different. For annual GST or 9C, okay, yes. You can extract that data, that is not an issue.
Pankaj sir, can I launch the quiz now? I think we've covered the most parts.
Yes. I have covered all the 5 mistakes. You can launch the quiz.
Yeah, exactly. No so new to the audience, I'm launching the poll right now. So you can answer this question. It must be in front of you. Please scroll down so that you can answer all 5 of them. Thank you. And meanwhile, you can also continue with the questions to Pankaj sir. We'll be addressing the Q&A now.
Okay, so I will be answering the questions now. Yes. How to question number 1 by Akash Surve. How to manage, just let me wear my specs. How to manage stock in trading company. What is special thing in managing the stock in trading company? You should record purchase and sales transactions only. I don't think there is anything for me to explain. And if at all you want me to explain, I will explain it after the session. You can connect with me directly. I am going to give you my email. You can type your questions in detail. I will answer in detail, no problem. You can call my office, call on my office number also, no problem at all. How to manage stock and trading company? I think answer like yes. Yeah. Then edit log once activated can be deactivated, and how? Yes, you can deactivate edit log, but please remember there will be recording of activation as well as deactivation of edit log. Once you activate, Tally will record that edit log was activated on this date at this point of time. Once you deactivate, Tally will again record that you have deactivated on this date and on this time. So this trail will be maintained. And please remember, this trail will be maintained in release 2.1. And if you are using edit log version of Tally, then this is not possible. By default, it is on and you cannot turn it off. And this is the requirement of company law. If you are a company, then you should use edit log version only, not regular Tally. Now, Saidas Chaudhary. We buy milk and sell milk as processed milk. In such case, what to be done? I think you are asking about stock item. You are buying milk and sell milk as processed milk. In that case, you are buying in number of packets only. Then the unit of measure will be number only for packet. Packet of 500 ml or 1000 ml. So there will be stock item called as milk 500 ml, milk 1000 ml, and the unit of measure will be number only. If you feel that you need more explanation, you can type in the chat box. Vandana madam, if prevent duplicate is not visible in voucher type and now we want to enable, is it possible? Madam, this prevent duplicate will always be visible. In which case you did not find it, I am surprised, because it is always visible. And the only point is that cursor doesn't stop at this point if the voucher is used for transactions. Once you start using the voucher, you cannot jump to that point and you cannot change it. Once it is set to no, it will be set no as it is, unless and until you delete all the transaction and then you enable it. Saidas Chaudhary, create multiple stock items with different UOM. I think this is suggestion, not an answer. Okay. Shailesh Chaugule, if I purchased in tons and sold in kg, then how to do it? In that case, there are two ways of handling this. If you are buying in one unit and selling in another unit, you can have 2 units for same stock item, tons as well as kg, where you can specify the relationship between these 2 units of measure. 1000 kg is equal to 1 ton. In that case, you can record a voucher in any unit of measure, either in kg or in ton. This is one way. Second, there is another way. If there are 2 different stock items, for example, in case of milk, we are buying raw milk in liters, we are processing that milk and we are converting into packets of milk. Then there are 2 separate stock items and separate units of measures will be there. So for raw milk, it will be liters. For packets, it will be number. Priyanka Parmar, what is the decimal place? I have answered this decimal place. I am answering it again, no problem. Decimal place is what you write after the point. 1.25 meter. Then there are 2 decimal. 0.25 is the decimal. How to use compound units, compound unit in stock units. Okay, it is a little bit time consuming. You may talk to my person in my office. He will explain it, no problem. Is it advisable to use compound unit? If necessary, you can definitely use it, but preferably you should not use it. If you are dealing in multiple units of measure with same item, then it is necessary sometimes. But as far as possible, do not use this. It is my suggestion, because it creates confusion. Sir, audit trail, how to report means will be a part of Karo or tax audit report, just auditor to review. Secondly, is there any standard report which Tally could export? Standard report regarding changes to vouchers. If this is your question, please remember, in Tally you will not get any standard report where all the changes will be tracked, but you can have one report where the list of vouchers will be displayed where changes are made. Means there will be two types of vouchers: vouchers without changes and voucher with changes. So you will get a list of all the vouchers where changes were made. But what type of changes were made? You need to press enter and press alter Q on that particular voucher. You will not get a complete list of this is the voucher and this was the change made. No, not at all. And that is not needed. And your question, will it be a part of Coro or tax credit report? It is not yet made clear by company law ROC. They will make it clear after some time. Let us hope. Himanshu Patwa once said to yes, alterations not permitted. Yes, this is a suggestion. In case of units of measures, you cannot alter anything later on. How to enable it? Himanshu Patwa. How to enable it means probably you are asking about prevent duplicate. I hope you are asking about prevent duplicate. To enable it, prevent duplicate, you need to delete all the vouchers only. This is the only way. It is used voucher correct, so it is jumping. Okay, this is a suggestion by Vandana madam. Varsha Malu sir, manual override function can be done if tally split is not done for previous year. I would suggest you to split the company first and then make changes in voucher numbering, because it is going to change previous number. It can be done. Definitely you can change the method of voucher numbering. But as you remember that, you might be remembering that there was once some display error message, warning message by Tally that if you change the method of voucher numbering, the previous voucher number will get changed. So it is suggested to split the company. But still I am telling you one hack, one trick. Make a copy of your data, change the voucher number and see what type of changes are there. If these changes, voucher numbering changes, are acceptable to you, then do it with your live data. Avinash Ravani, can Tally have two different system of accounting, cash and mercantile? In Tally you can definitely do it, but is it allowed? Is it permitted to having two different set of accounting? It is up to you to record the transaction on actual basis or a cash receipt basis. It is up to you how you record the transaction. There is nothing about Tally. In Tally, you can definitely do it. Gathananda, can we set up multi-currency so that we can use directly without converting them into relevant currency? Yes, multi-currency feature is there in Tally and you can set it up, no problem. Kishore Reddy, if I create one ledger of IGST, CGST and HGST, how can see rate-wise sales? You can do it from the reports that are available in GST menu, or you can do it from sale register by extracting data in Excel. These are the two ways. Bikash Mandal, how can import the invoices from Excel to TallyPrime 2.1 edit log? Exporting means importing data from Excel. This type of feature is not available in default Tally. For that purpose, you need to buy some add-on from Tally Shop. After buying that add-on from Tally Shop, you can do it. Can we set up multi-currency? Yes, Gathananda, I have answered this question. Varsha Malu sir, if we are shifting from Tally ERP9 to TallyPrime from April onwards, then manual override feature prevents duplicate or not? It is not about shifting from Tally 9 to TallyPrime to Tally ERP9 to TallyPrime. It is not a question. Both the software has got the same system, same feature. Manual override you can definitely shift, but it is going to change the voucher numbering for previous transaction also. I suggest you to either do it on dummy data, test data by making a copy and then check whether this is working for you, or simply you can split the company data and do it. Kali Prasad, how to recover our lost data if we done mistake in company alteration, changing the books beginning from data is not rewritten. You will have to check the data and show it to some programming Tally programmer. Probably he may recover your data, probably. So in such case, you can call on the number I am going to give you. Let us check. I am not guaranteeing anything, but we will try. We can try. What is the maximum count of number of decimal places in Tally software? I have not tested it, but normally it is 51. You may check and let me know. Normally it is 51 because normally we need 3 or maximum 4 decimal places. Above 4 we don't need it, so I have not tested, but it might go up to 51. If yes, then how? I could not understand, Gathananda. If yes, then how? I did not understand. What is your question? I am purchase milk and sales sweets. How to maintain stock? You are purchasing milk and then making sweets out of it. You need to record manufacturing entries. Manufacturing is the conversion of raw material into finished product. There will be 2 different products. One is milk, other is sweet. You will be buying milk in liters and selling sweets in terms of numbers or kgs. Yes, as a service company, we will be able to Sagin Karunan. As a service company, we will be able to create CGST and SGST and SGST. As you mentioned, if yes, where should I specify the percentage? Also, if I change in between the year, will it have any effect on invoicing on GST? Once you record any invoice, no changes will be made to that invoice, even if you change the GST rate anywhere. Point number 1 is clear. Once you record the invoice, once you set the GST rate, let it be 18%. You have set the GST rate as 18%. You created the invoice, saved it, and afterwards you change the GST rate in settings at 28%. It is not going to affect your transaction at all. Your first question, where you should set the CGST SGST rate. I have already told you that you should set it in income or expense ledger, not in CGST or SGST ledger. You should set in sales ledger, service income, consultancy fees, professional fees, whatever ledger you are maintaining, where there you have to set it. And for expenses, there might be all ledgers like rent, commission, sales promotion, etc. You need to record your GST rate in these ledgers. Himanshu Patwa, edit log. Komal ma'am has suggested you to watch that particular video, as we are running out of time. Only 7 minutes are left. Edit log is a very big feature. Or alternatively, I am giving you my contact details. You can contact me. I will explain. No problem at all. Himanshu ji. How to enable edit log? There are 2 ways, Himanshu Patwa. I am telling it to you. There are 2 ways to use edit log. One is regular Tally 2.1. You can just let me know how you can enable it. I am going to explain to you immediately. Questions are unending. Even after answering so many questions, still 12 questions are there. Go to this company, again go to alter and enable edit log. If you set it to yes, your edit log will be enabled. Please remember, this is one way. Or second way, use Tally edit log software. That is a separate software where edit log is already enabled, and as per company law, you should use that edit log enabled, already enabled software only. You should not use this software which I am showing it to you right now, where there is a facility to make it on or off. There should not be any facility to turn off the edit log feature. When to install edit log, before split or after split? I have found out a different way. There are 2 ways, before split or after split. If you ask this question, I will always say that first split the company and then start using edit log. Or alternatively, what you can do, even without splitting the company data, you can make a copy of that company, put it in separate software, have 2 separate companies, and start using edit log in new company, that is copy of company for new accounting year. Do not split it immediately, split it after some time. Once deleted any voucher, can it be deleted permanently or can we recover them? In by default, Tally default, there is no system to recover any deleted voucher. You can have add-on for that voucher where deleted voucher can be recovered. Alternatively, there is way of not deleting a voucher. There is a feature in Tally called as optional vouchers. You can instead of deleting, place this voucher or mark this voucher as optional, and optional transactions will not be affecting your financial records. It will be not a part of your trial balance sheet or profit and loss account. It will be kept aside separately. You can bring those vouchers back. Can we prepare e-way bill below 50,000 amount for intrastate? You can definitely prepare e-way bill, no problem at all, but that is not a compulsory. Gathananda, I have answered your question. Once deleted any voucher, can it be deleted permanently? In default tally, it will be deleted permanently. You cannot recover it. Himanshu Chaudhary, how to maintain multiple GST in single tally company? For that purpose, you need to wait for some time because tally release 3.0 is coming. I have seen the demo of that tally 3.0, release 3.0, and I have used it personally, where beautiful multi GST feature is given provided by Tally. But Tally has not launched it officially. Alpha release is available with very few people who are testing it. I am one of that person. I am testing that, and I have given my feedback as excellent feature provided by Tally. So wait for some time. Officially, it will be launched very soon. How can we, if possible, then please tell the steps. Gatha Nandaji, I am not able to understand. How can we?
So this was related to the previous question which he asked about the deletion. So
what
that is
was
already
that previous
addressed.
Question? I am not remembering. What was the previous question?
एक second. अभी आपने जो answer किया about the recovery. If you delete, once deleted any voucher.
अच्छा, deletion की बात चल रही है, ठीक है. How can we, if possible, please tell? Okay, means you want me to explain the optional voucher. Is it so? Kathaji, is it so? Probably yes, I am answering according to that only.
Actually, I have disabled the chat. एक second, मैम से पूछ लेते. हाँ, he is reverted saying yes.
Okay, doesn't matter. I am showing it to very quickly. You can go to, let us say, profit and loss account. Now sales account, what is the amount of sales account? Please check. It is rupees 1,50,000. Sales account is rupees 1,50,000. I am opening this. There are 3 transactions, and out of these 3 transactions, I want to delete this particular transaction 1 lakh. But I have alternate way. There is a menu here, delete. I can click here and Tally will ask me delete yes or no. If I press yes, it will be deleted permanently. But I do not want to delete it permanently. There is a way here. I can click optional. If I click optional, there is one tag, one sticker attached with this voucher, optional. Now I am pressing enter, and I am accepting this. After accepting this, let us see what is the figure of sales. Earlier it was rupees 1,50,000. Now it is 50,000 only. This voucher is removed from your accounting system, but it is there in Tally, which can be brought back. Let me show how it can be brought back. I am going to display, then exception reports, and then optional voucher. This is the optional voucher. It is in italics. I am opening this voucher. This is the tag optional. I am making it regular. I am clicking on this regular. Now this tag is removed. I am pressing Control A. After pressing Control A, the voucher is removed from this list and once again back to your profit and loss account. I hope I have answered your question. What about IGST purchase account in Tally at April, dated April, and materials received in May? How to trace in Tally for IGST input claim in May and not claim in April by any mistake? Manjunath ji, this feature is available in Tally release 3.0, which is yet to come. I have seen it is really a beautiful feature where this problem will be solved. Currently, you have to check it manually. Currently, there is no solution in Tally, but in 3.0, it is available. Can you, how to consolidate 2 branches Tally in one? You are talking about group company in Tally. You can create a group company in Tally where the data of 2 company is not mixed. It is mixed for the purpose of reporting only. So profit and loss account will be consolidated. Balance sheet will be consolidated. I am going to give you my number also. I am not explaining it at this point of time because it will take some amount of time, but it is possible. Karishma Shukla, if we work in same company from different system, how can set same configuration in all? F12 is a button which can be used for setting the configuration for each computer separately. You cannot set the configuration for the same company for all the points, all the computers, but there is one system in Tally which is called as save reports. You can use this save reports and you can set the configuration by using save reports. Priyadarshini Shah, how can we make one sales ledger for different HSN code? How can we get HSN wise report? This is a problem which is noticed by Tally, and the solution to this is available in release 3.0. I am saying this again and again that this is available in release 3.0 and you are not able to use that release 3.0 right now. But this is a problem, really a very big problem. Currently, we need to have two separate ledgers, either sales ledger for two separate HSN, or we can type the separate HSN in voucher level. At the time of recording the voucher, you can type it, but it is inconvenient. So this solution is available in release 3.0, which is yet to come. Please throw some light on synchronization, Bikash Mandal. Synchronization is a system where data of two different Tally companies is merged in one Tally company, two or more. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any number. And it is merged either on a batch basis, means after you press certain button, or it can be done on automatic basis also. So data from different branches will be merged in head office company. This is called as synchronization. HSN summary report can be available in Tally for GST return. Yes, it is available in Tally for GST return, Varshaji. Anonymous attendee, when exporting GSTR1 data in CSV format, party name doesn't appear. We have to check it on case-to-case basis. I cannot answer this question in general. Anonymous attendee, I am giving my number to you, don't worry. Steps set up for multi-currency. We can handle this question offline because it will take some time and it is not today's topic. Gathananda also wants to ask this question, step setup for multi-currency. Okay, I think you were the person asking this question. Multi-currency, it is something not related to today's topic. We will answer it offline. We will handle it offline. Avinash Rawal, Tally should have an option wherein one can view the financials in cash system as well as mercantile system, as generally professionals do data entry on mercantile system but reports profit on cash system. Yes, definitely. Your suggestion is very good. I have designed a system for chartered accountants only where this particular problem can be solved. You can contact on the number which I am going to give you right now. Don't worry. Just let me do one thing. Komalji, please allow me to type chat for all the participants.
Okay. Actually, sir, so I'll have to make you host for once. This is a different license, okay? So I'm making you the host. Yeah, you can do it now.
So this is my office number. You can call on this number and get help. I'm going to give my email also. And there is one more thing from my side to all of you. What is that thing? Let me give it to you. There is a gift to all of you from my side. What is that gift? It is a free TallyPrime course from my side. I'm going to give you a link. This is the link. You can just go to this link, register yourself and get the gift immediately. So this is the link. You can click on this link and get the gift immediately. Komalji, I think I have answered most of the queries.
Yes,
the queries are coming there.
Yeah, so yeah. I think we have to put a stop now because it's 4:30.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So thank you so much, Pankaj. It was great session, super engagement. We had around 250 people with us. And the best part is we still have around 170 people with us.
Yes.
So thank you so much for this amazing session. I'll upload the recording in our CA Connect in our CA community platform. And if you enjoyed the quiz, I've also put in our link for the CA community where you can go and explore new quizzes by more CAs. Thank you so much. I will now end the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you.